What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So today we're checking out the One Audio Focus A6, a budget-friendly pair of headphones for 69 bucks. As you can see, white and black colorway, 15% off. Links are below, guys. Hit that like, drop a sub. Budget-friendly. So let's take a look at the packaging real quick. The packaging on here, you can get that vinyl style, that vinyl look on the top of the headphones. That white, that matte white finish on here, so clean, so nice. The Focus A6. Now, One Audio has a ton of headphones. A lot of them are open back, the open style. So if you're editing videos or you want to hear your surroundings, wired, they're perfect for that. These are the closed back, so a little different. Wireless Bluetooth 6.0 on these headphones. So a stable connection is something that you can count on. High-res audio, so LDAC support on here. SBC, AAC, and LDAC are our codecs on here. So Android devices, you're going to get some better audio than the ones listening to these on an iPhone. However, AAC, SBC, they're still good codecs, and you're still going to get some nice thump out of these. Preview for the sound quality. You're going to get some nice thump out of these. So again, the packaging, specs on here. We also get USB-C to USB-C to charge this up, and then of course the actual paperwork. Now just checking out the actual headphones, so that vinyl look with the One Audio branding. Some nice cushion up top here. These are very comfortable and very lightweight. So that beautiful matte white finish once again. Now these do swivel, they do fold, so you're gonna be able to travel with these, carry these wherever you wanna go. Throw them in your gym bag, throw them in your travel bag. Now no carrying case with these. You know, for the price, you got to cut corners somewhere, but very lightweight here. Now, plastic headphones, of course, the protein leather on the ear cushions, very soft, and they are wide enough for ears, right? A lot of these budget-friendly headphones don't really have wide ear cups. These work just fine when it comes to that. And again, very, very comfortable. Now, we do have some physical buttons here. We have a dedicated ANC button. We got the power button, which is also the play and pause button, your volume up and down, your next track, previous track, all controlled from these buttons, the USB-C port to charge, and that's about it for the actual look. 2 mics on here on each ear cup. Now, the rest of the specs, again, price 69 bucks, retail 15% off, high-res audio, LDAC, SBC, and AAC. Hybrid active, this is where we get into the features on these headphones. Again, feature packed, so hybrid ANC. 48 decibels of active noise cancellation, which if you don't know is actually really, really good. There's an ambient mode with different levels inside of the app. So you get like a wind noise reduction, you get your regular transparency mode. You can turn it off if you want. There's also a gaming mode, Bluetooth 6.0, 2 microphones. Now check out the battery life, 75 hours of battery. And that's with ANC off. With ANC on, it's going to be around 40 hours of battery life. Now there's also a fast charge. So if you are short on time and you need to get some juice in these things, 10 minutes is going to get you 10 hours of battery life. So 5 minutes will get you 5 hours. Multi-point connection on here. And another cool thing about these headphones, ANC and LDAC can be used wired or wireless. So you do have access to ANC. It's not really that surprising for LDAC to work when these are wired, but for ANC to work when these are wired, that is something that you don't see too much, especially at this price point. So very cool. Right now, let's check out the app. So the app, of course, the One Audio app available for iOS and Android devices. If you click on these 3 dots in the top, voice prompts, product manuals, this is where your firmware update will be. Yeah, you can turn on ANC, turn it off, turn it on from right here. Your wind noise reduction, your wind resistant transparency. Now, we do have some presets, and we do have some custom ones that we can set. So you have a pop mode, there's a bass mode, there's a super bass mode. And then you can go in and customize your settings like how I have one here. And you can rename them if you want. You got Find My Headphones. You got multi-point connection. Now you can't use multi-point and LDAC at the same time. A lot of you guys already know that. It's pretty common when you are using these devices. So you got a gaming mode, all of the good stuff. Your max volume limiter is on here, auto power off after a certain amount of time, and movie sound effect, which I do really like the movie sound effect. So once you turn that on, if you're watching a movie or if you're watching content, it does give you a lot more volume. It does open up the sound stage, and it does take away a little bit of the bass when you turn it on. It's for watching a movie or something, and it actually does a very nice job. Now, let's check out the mics on these headphones. All right, guys, the mic test on the A6 from One Audio. 2 mics on each ear cup. Let me know what you think. Look, feature-packed headphones for not a lot of money, right? You're getting a lot of bang for buck, a lot of bells and whistles. Let me know what you think of the look, right? If you don't like the look, well, then there's that. But I don't mind the look. They look like a decent pair of headphones. But the bells and whistles, what they give you for the price, but how do the mics sound? Again, this is what it's going to sound like when you're on a phone call. Let me know. Drop some comments below. All right, guys, ANC in transparency mode. How good are they for the price? So 48 decibels for the hybrid ANC, and it does a really good job. All the low rumbles are pretty much gone. You're still going to hear voices. It's not going to compete with headphones that cost 200, 300 bucks. But for this price, very, very good. 48 decibels is a lot, and it does pretty much eliminate all of the low rumbles. Now, the transparency mode, on the other hand, in my opinion, is just average. I think it's good. I don't think it's great. It does a decent job. It's going to open up a little bit. Not a lot of white noise, which is always a good thing, but you will be able to have a conversation. You will be able to hear your surroundings. I actually prefer it with the wind noise on, but there is a little more white noise when you do turn it on, but it does open it up a little more. All right, guys, so as far as latency goes, I haven't really noticed anything. So Bluetooth 6.0, stable connection, watching content on here, no issues at all. Playing games, light games, Asphalt Racing, Call of Duty, no issues at all. All right, guys, so sound quality and volume. So volume-wise, I do wish these were a little louder. Now, I do think for most people, these are gonna be loud enough. If you follow this channel and you know me, then you know I like loud music and I like to find that sweet spot, dial it back, and then I roll that way, and it's perfect for me. That's just me. I like everything a little bit louder than most people. For you, there's even inside of the app, there is a sound limiter so you don't hurt your ears when it comes to the volume. I just want a little more. Now, you can get a little more inside of the EQ and all that, so I think for most people, like I said, it's gonna be great. Now, the sound quality, very dynamic sounding pair of headphones. Using LDAC, you're gonna get that clarity, that high-res lossless audio. And these sound great for the price. You can't go wrong with all the features, with how these sound. These are a fun sounding pair of headphones. If you like thump, you can get some really good bass out of here, some clean bass. The mids are excellent. The highs are not overly bright. If you want a little brighter sound, you can get that inside of the presets or the custom EQ. Overall, these are a very fun sounding pair of headphones. I think they knocked it out of the park, giving us what we're getting right now at this price point. Well done. One Audio A6, another pair of good headphones for a very cheap price. That's it, guys. Hit that like, drop a sub. I'll be back soon. Peace.